Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to answer your question that you've been asking me. I've taken some time off these streets of YouTube, but yeah, I've been somehow busy, but I'm back. So you asked me a question. Some people have been asking, what do I do to prepare? I want to start a poultry farm in the year 2026. What are some of the few things I need to know about poultry farming? This is a video for you if you're watching me for the very first time. My name is Asperia. I'm a very passionate farmer. I do a lot of farming in plants and also a poultry farm. So I've been giving you videos about poultry. If you have not yet checked them, go on the channel and check all of them. Watch them and share them with your friends. So let's get right into the video. So the very first thing you need to know if you're planning to start a poultry farm, especially if you're trying to venture into layers. For example, for us here, we are doing specifically layers. Layers are these birds that lay eggs, and so the product that you're going to put out into the market is basically eggs. So you are looking at egg production. So what you must know is that those birds are going to stay on the farm for more than 2 years, and so you have to be ready, you have to be prepared. Unlike other breeds like broilers, layers really take time on the farm, so you have to be prepared. You have to have at least some good money which you're going to use in feeding these birds. You're going to use in treating the birds at least for the very first 6 months before they start production. Now for starters, layers take some good time before they start laying eggs. For instance, our birds here took close to 16 weeks before they could start laying. The very first egg came at the 16th week, and so that means we've been putting in money from day 1 up to the 16th week. And after 16 weeks, I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy because the egg size is not going to be convincing to the customers. So you're going to be patient as they grow at least up to 6 months, and then you are able to start getting some money out of the eggs. So if you're planning to start a poultry farm, let it be 100 birds, 2,000, 1,000, you must have at least some good money and some good backup money to help you feed these birds up to the time when they will start good production, and then you'll be able to get the money from the eggs, and then you use it to feed them and get the profit out of them. So don't just wake up and start without a proper plan on how you're going to feed the birds. In case the birds fall sick, what are you going to do? Don't have a fixed budget. Have some good savings, knowing that in case the birds do not actually start laying at week 16, some birds delay depending on which breed that you're having. Some of them even go up to the 6th month before they lay the first egg. So you must be having money that you're going to use to feed your birds up to the time of production. And secondly, you must take time and do a study about poultry. There are so many things you're going to encounter on the farm that you may not even know about. So know about brooding. What are some challenges I'm going to meet during brooding, and then look at ways of how you're going to mitigate those challenges before they become a problem. Because poultry farming is good, it is really good, but it can choose to be a nightmare if you do not have proper skills on how you're going to grow your birds, how you're going to feed them, how you're going to treat them. So you need to take time and study. Have time now that you're planning to start the farm in 2026. You have some time. Take time, go on internet, search some of the poultry diseases. What do I need? What do I do at this stage? What happens at this week? And then by the time you start, you're going to have enough knowledge on handling the birds. And then another thing you need to know, if you're venturing into layers, don't just think that people are going to assume or they're going to dream that you are a farmer. Go out and start looking for the market. Look at your place. Are you going to be able to sell the eggs? How many birds are you starting with? And sometimes I recommend that you start with a less number. Like for instance, for us, we are poultry farmers, and we wanted to really have a big farm. But like I always say in my videos, I always don't want to test water with both the feet. So we started with 120 birds, and then we nurtured them, grew, and you guys saw the video when we brought another batch of birds. So start small, first master the art, the brooding, learn about some of the few things, and after that you can always add the birds on your farm. So do not plan to bring 2,000 birds when you have zero experience in farming. So first bring the number that is really manageable, and then after that you can go ahead and increase the farm. There is no limit. As long as you have the knowledge, you have the capacity, you have the space, you can always increase the farm to the number that you want. So start small, start with what you can manage, what you can feed, what you can accommodate, and then eventually your farm can grow. So many people start excitedly, and sometimes they order for birds that are too much compared to the house that they have, and so you bring the birds when you have a less accommodation for them, and then they suffocate and most of them die. You lose a lot of money in the process. So make sure you have measured the size of your house and you're bringing exactly the birds that are going to fit in that particular house. So do not make a mistake of bringing the birds with excitement and yet they cannot fit in the coop that you have constructed. And another thing that you need to know about, research about poultry diseases. There are so many diseases that attack the poultry birds, especially from day one up to at least the first 21 days. Those birds are very delicate, and if you can not even be able to tell that these birds are sick because they are still young, they are still growing, they are not somehow very active. So you need to learn and know when the bird is like this, it is sick. When the bird is not eating, it is sick, and so that you can be able to detect the problem as soon as possible before the entire farm gets wiped away. So be careful and take time, learn about poultry diseases. Another thing that I would also encourage you to do if you're planning to be a poultry farmer in the year 2026, also take time and learn about record management. Now, so many times people start farming, including I myself. We start farming with a lot of ambitions, with a lot of dreams, and so we do not put our emphasis on keeping record. Now, you're going to invest in building a poultry house, you're going to invest in buying drinkers, feeders, everything that you're going to use in here. Make sure you are taking a record of the money that you're investing, and so that at the end of everything you're able to tell whether your birds are making profit or loss. And then you're able also to set good and proper prices for your products because of you looking at the cost of production. Now, when you know how much money you have spent in feeding your birds, how much money you're spending in paying the person working there, how much money you're spending in transporting the feeds and mixing them, it helps you to know that this business is worth investing in. So when you sit down and just sell and just buy, you don't know how much money you have actually spent. It is disastrous to your business because you're not going to know whether you're growing or you are collapsing. So take time, have a design of how you're going to enter your data. If you have already started investing, like for instance, you have constructed the house, now start tracking the expenses. Every coin that you put out, make sure you note it down. At the end of the day, it's going to help you know how much you have put into production, and then you're going to have better prices for your eggs and also better marketing skills, and then also you'll be able to get profit, be able to determine whether you're making profits or loss, and then be able to grow. So take time, learn about this. Know that I have to take out the money for the eggs. I don't have to mix it with my personal money. Have those ethics in your business, and that is going to help you to grow. Even if you're doing 50 birds, do not minimize your farm. Make sure you write the cost of everything you're investing in that farm, and that is going to help you to know whether you're making profit or loss, and it's going to help you also in making very informed decisions. Now, I believe you found something very helpful. I'm going to come back in the next video with the financial part of it, how you can prepare some of how much money you need to, set up a small poultry farm for you in 2026. Thank you so much for watching. I believe you found this video very helpful. If that is so, please do not forget to give us a like, to give us a comment. We love you so much. Goodbye.